The sixth ranked Miami Hurricanes travel to Louisville. This game will be noon Eastern time on ABC. Miami is trying to continue on with their best start since 2017. That year, they got all the way up to number 2 in the rankings when they started the season 10-0. Couple of questions here. Number one, can Miami tighten up a little bit on defense? They're coming off the bye week, but in their last two performances, it hasn't been very good, man. 34 points allowed to Virginia Tech, 38 points allowed to Cal. Those are the last two games. Double check my math, but I believe if you average it out, that is 36 points per game in the last two outings. So there's a lot to clean up. And I think in the bye week, they probably went back to the drawing board and looked at a few things. Hopefully they got a little healthier at a couple spots as well. But this is a really aggressive group defensively. Their defensive coordinator, Lance Guidry, he will call blitzes from anywhere and everywhere. If he could blitz the ball boy off the sideline, he would do it. I mean, this guy loves to heat up the opposing quarterback, whether it's safeties, corners, linebackers, you name it. He's never afraid to bring pressure, and he's never afraid to be a defense that wants to dictate how the game will be played. But that might not be the best recipe against Louisville, because against Louisville, some things that have been successful have been kind of a bend, don't break style. Kind of force Louisville to kind of move the ball downfield by going 2, 3, 6, 8, 4 yards at a time, as opposed to giving up some of the big plays. Because Miami, they have kind of struggled at times coming up and tackling in space the last couple weeks. So will they apply pressure, or will they play a bend, don't break? That's one of the big questions I have for this game. Question 2. Can Louisville continue creating explosive plays against a quality opponent? Now, if you look at how Louisville is done, they're averaging 36 points a game. That's top 25 in the sport. But against Power 4 competition, they've played four games. Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, SMU, and Virginia. It hasn't quite been as good. They scored more than 27 points just one time, and that was when they beat Georgia Tech. So Louisville, we know that they can be explosive. We know they're a group that it can get up to 7 yards a play. That's top 15. So can they do that now against probably the best defense they've seen as far as talent is concerned? I don't know if scheme or execution is the best, because we've seen Miami play really, really well this year, and we've seen them look pretty human at times as well. But as far as pros, guys that will play on Sundays, I'm not sure there's a team that Louisville has seen just yet that has as many of those guys as Miami. But Louisville has generated 41 plays that have gone for at least 20 yards. That's 4th best in the country. Tyler Shough has been really good on the intermediate passing game. He's been really solid, I think, pretty much all season long. But if you look at throws that travel in that intermediate space between 10 and 20 yards or so, that's where he really makes the most of it. He's 20 of 29 on those passes in that distance. So a big key to success with Jeff Brom and all these things is also going to be operating off of play action. We know Louisville's a play action team, and when you look at Shough, he's at his best when the run game's going, so the play action attack can take kind of take to the air a bit. Number 3, will Louisville continue to struggle in the red zone? Louisville has not been elite in the red zone. They've done a good job moving it between the 20s, but scoring a touchdown on just 58% of their red zone penetrations is not very good. That's 89th in the country. And against the Power 4 teams that they've played, they are 50% in touchdown efficiency. So not what you're looking for. Now, they can do it. We know they can do it, but it hasn't really been there. So can they potentially fix some of those woes against top-level competition? And then question number 4, will Miami find the answers after a bye week? Because Miami, they have not been great under Mario Cristobal when they were on an extended rest. They're 0-2 under Mario Cristobal, and they also lost prior to Cristobal's arrival back in 2021. And finally, this is going to be a 4-quarter game, I think. This is going to be a game that goes into the 4th quarter. When the game is on the line, which quarterback do you want? All right, do you want Tyler Shough, who's very talented? I think he's been a rock-solid piece for Louisville. Or do you want Cam Ward, the Heisman frontrunner at the moment? because in critical moments so far this year, I want that playmaker, the Cam Ward. Now, there have been mistakes made by Cam Ward for sure, but he led Miami to 21 fourth quarter points against Cal. The week before, he scored 10 in the fourth quarter against Virginia Tech to rally them to victory. So I know I want Cam Ward on the field with the ball in his hands in the fourth quarter to give my team a chance. A couple trends in the game. Miami, 9 consecutive games have gone over the total. That is currently the longest active streak in the FBS. But Miami is 0-3 against the spread with 10-plus days rest under Mario Cristobal. I'm taking Miami, but I expect it to be a photo finish. I think Braum will have a really nice recipe, but I expect a healthier and more complete Miami performance when they take to the field coming off the bye week this year.